Is Lloyd Smith with his speech. I'll take a red one. I will take a red one, Lloyd Smith.
I was doing something I had never done before. Standing in line at a 7-Eleven, waiting to buy a ticket for the next day's Mega Millions drawing. The prize had grown to the biggest lotto jackpot in U.S. history, $1.5 billion. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, somehow the thought that someone was going to win, and that someone could be, should be, and would be me, had become a reality. Think of it, $1.5 billion. I could buy 25,000 Corvettes and drive a new one every day for 68 years. Did I win? Do you think I'd be standing here right now if I had? I love Toastmasters, but not a chance. I'd be out there driving one of my new Corvettes, a red one. The idea of winning the lottery might seem like a dream, and indeed it is a dream. And there are problems with dreams. The problem is that it's possible to slide too deeply into one of them. Like the 18% of Americans who say that they are basing their retirement plans on winning the lottery. Yes, really. And that's the big problem with dreams. Think how many times you have been told that you need to dream big and live your dreams, or that you can achieve anything if you just believe in yourself. The problem is that those, and you can think of probably a half a dozen slogans just like that, but the problem with those slogans is they can mislead you into trusting a fantasy, and that can be dangerous. The idea behind trusting fantasies is that you can make a reality, and you can't. Reality has to happen to you. I think about the year after my wife and I were married, about 1972, and the dream that we had walked into the marriage with was not tenable. She was 19, I was 23. But something happened that changed all of that. We realized that the two cars we had brought into our marriage were goners, and we decided we needed to buy a new car. So we, meaning she, calculated how much we could comfortably spend, and we went shopping for the first new car either one of us ever would have. At the dealer's lot, I quickly spied a Z28 Camaro with a big block motor and a 4-speed stick shift, a red one. Laverne looked into the tiny trunk and the cramped rear seat, and then at the shifter, a 4-speed stick in the snow? Really? A couple minutes later, we were looking at a basic Impala. Dark brown, 4-door sedan, column shifted 2-speed automatic, and 165 horsepower. If you're a car person, you know the gap, the Grand Canyon-sized chasm between that red Z28 Camaro and that mud brown Impala. If you're not a car person, think of the Camaro as a sleek cheetah and the Impala as a waddling sloth. Some guys are destined to drive red Z28 Camaros that can go from 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds. Other guys, well, married guys, drive cars that a week's worth of groceries will fit into and that their wives know that they can actually pay for. Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, those two great British philosophers, said it perfectly. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, well, you might find you get what you need. I really wanted that red Z28 Camaro, but that brown Impala was the car that my wife and I really needed. Was I disappointed? No, not really, because I had just learned a priceless lesson. Now that we were married, my big dreams should be about what we needed, not about what I wanted. I was beginning to live in the real world, and it turned out to be a very good place to be. Whenever I was in that Impala, I was sitting next to Laverne. When we took the groceries out of the trunk, we carried them into the home that we shared for over 4 decades. I learned that the thing that I wanted and the thing that I needed were exactly the same, and I was lucky enough to get them. Now, I'm not trying to discourage you from dreaming, not at all. But I want to encourage you to search for your dreams, your big dreams, your important dreams, within the reality that you have created for yourself. If you do that, you'll find that your life is a lot dreamier than you thought possible. And go ahead and buy that lotto ticket and daydream a little bit. When you win, I wouldn't mind it though, if you gave me one of your new Corvettes as a thank you. I'll take a red one.